Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Response Able Solution. My name is Stanley J. Targos III, and I'm your host. Today, I'm going to talk about something that's old school. This goes back 25 years. This is taken from Robert Kiyosaki's Cash Flow Quadrant, his book. And it's how does money flow in your economy? What's the money worth and how does it come in? Really, it's about that quadrant where it talks about being an employee, being self-employed, being a business owner, or an investor. And I know the times have changed a little bit, but the reality is still the same. People all want to be investors. Most people, not everybody, of course, but most people. Most people want to be an investor because they want to be able to have enough money that money can work for them instead of them always having to work for money. And really, the goal when it comes to retirement is to be able to have enough money that's working for you that provides for the lifestyle that you want, when supplemented with things like pensions or Social Security or other income streams that you might have. But what Robert Kiyosaki is talking about as an investor is an accredited investor, having net worth requirements, having annual income requirements, having the ability to lose a little bit of money or a lot of money and not have it hurt you. So an accredited investor is not someone who's buying 50 shares of Bitcoin or 50 shares of Ford or 50 shares of an EFT or a mutual fund. They have the ability to spend $500,000 to $1 million or more on something, buy into it, and not be hurt. They have an income standard. The income standard might be $300,000-$400,000 a year. It changes. I haven't kept up on it in a while, and I don't want to quote the wrong number. But the reality is, there's a standard that's different to be an accredited investor, what he's talking about, versus what we think about. Most people think they're an investor because they have an E-Trade account or a Schwab account, or they've got money in a 401k and they get to pick some age-dated funds or target-dated funds or something, and they think they're an investor. That's not the investor he's talking about. That's the investor that some people want to become. So they're taking 100, 200, 300,000 at a time and investing it somewhere, and if they lose it, it feels bad, but it doesn't hurt. So that's the I, ESB and I. The employee is the opposite end. The employee is the first part of the quadrant where that person is trading time for money. And the reason this is so important for where I'm at today at the Responsible brand and the Response Able solution is I want people to have the ability to respond to the pain points. And a lot of times I hear people say, but Stanley, you don't get it. Like, my job doesn't pay me enough. The job doesn't pay me what I'm worth. Well, here's the reality. And Robert did a great job. Mr. Kiyosaki did a great job of helping me to understand this. Because when I saw this, I was in my late 20s, early 30s, and I was thinking, I'm worth X amount. This job should pay me. And when I got to see him live and hear him speak, he said, you'll never be paid what you're worth unless you work for yourself. When you work for somebody else, you're only paid what the job is worth. And that was mind blowing for me because I'd never heard anybody so cleanly and clearly state, don't be offended at the person who's paying you to do a job. They're paying you to do a specific job that's worth a specific price. If you feel like you're worth more, do more. Go get a different degree, go get a certification, go add to your experience, and then provide a job that's more valuable instead of the job that you're doing. So today, everyone wants to make every job a very high paying job. But some jobs just aren't meant to be that way. And that's okay. So long as we understand, we shouldn't be offended if we make less than what we're worth. If we work for other people, we will always be paid less than what we're worth. In fact, we'll be paid less than what the job is worth if we did it on our own. That's how the business owner is able to make profit. For us doing a job, they make profit, they can stay in business and pay us. We give up a little bit of the top end so that we can make whatever our job is worth to us, so the business owner can make money and keep us busy, maybe profitable, maybe paying bills. But I'm really not anti-employee or anti-business owner or pro-employee or pro-business owner. This is just understanding how money comes in and what it's worth. People then say, man, I'm so tired of working for someone else. I don't want to be in that position my whole life. I'm going to be a B business owner. Everyone wants to be a B business owner who starts a business. Well, not everybody. Most people. There are some who do not. But most people want to be a B business owner. They think, I'm going to own a business. I'm finally going to control my own destiny. And I'm going to be able to make all the money. And they really blur the line between self-employed and be business owner. And Robert Kiyosaki did a great job of explaining to me the difference. In fact, when I was in business during that time, I was just at the tail end of selling a business, and I thought I would get several $100,000 for my business. And the person who paid me made a very astute observation. He said, Stanley, I'd love to give you more, but what you've built is not worth more. And then he explained why. And I'm going to explain it to you through Robert's eyes. The B business owner invests in himself or herself, takes what they're passionate about, and creates systems that allows the business to function when they're not there. And Robert said in our meeting, he said, guys, gals, team, if you have a business, a B business, and you walk away for 1 year, 12 months, and your business has grown, you have an effective B business. He said most people start a business, think it's a B business, but really they're self-employed. This is your small business owner. They own a shop, they own a food store, they own a restaurant, they're financial services, they're CPA, they're an attorney, they put up a shingle, now they're business owners. He said a self-employed business owner, an S, the self-employed, if they go on vacation for a year and come back, their business is gone because the whole business was based on them. And that's why the person buying my business didn't pay me much. He said, Stanley, here's the deal. You walk away, half of the people in your business are going to walk away because you're not there. You built the whole business on you, your personality, your style, your relationships. Therefore, I can't pay you what you think your business is worth. Day one, when you quit and they find out about it, 50% of the people that have a relationship with you will go somewhere else because you're not there. A year later, 50% of those that are left are going to leave, which means I'm left with 25%. I can't pay full price for a 25% business. And then I started thinking about what Robert Kiyosaki said with B business and structuring my next businesses to be B businesses that functioned when I was not there. So when I think about a side hustle, a gig, an opportunity to do something else, do I need it for a short period of time? And I don't care if it's a B business or self-employed, or if it's just an employee working for someone else. If that doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter what I do. But if I'm going to spend time and energy building something, especially today, and I've got 10-year window to build it, I'm going to take all my incremental time and energy and effort and build into a system that turns into a B business. So when I'm done working, I can take time off and go do what I need to do with my family, with my friends, take care of all the things that are important to me, and let my business continue to function, even if I choose to not be there on a daily basis. That's the difference. So when you're thinking about what's next on your docket, what the next chapter of your life looks like, when you're going to invest your time in something, E, S, B, or I. Where do you want to put your time? So I'm not encouraging you to do one over the other, but I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of people who are eliminating some debt. They're getting a side hustle. They're starting a business. They're doing something different. They got a gig and they want to know the most effective way to build something that lasts. So this conversation has been happening a lot. I hope this opens your eyes to a different way of thinking. I hope you receive everything that God has planned for you and that God blesses your journey. Have a great day.